Alright, we're live.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
How are you?
Coming at you with this NFL Week 2 Pick'em. Pacific Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, Brady, with Dean.
Hello. I'm also a host. How we doing? This fine Wednesday morning.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Cheers, we made it.
Cheers, we made it.
Dean's got his Red Bull. He's going to have some wings this podcast. I'm here with Starbucks, obviously not affiliated.
Wings with 2 or 3 eyes, right? Because they got sued.
Yeah.
Sorry, weird comment. Okay, cool. So this show, I think we're basically just doing NFL, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So we're going to go over Thursday night, obviously, with the Giants. Who they're playing?
The Giants are playing the Washington football team.
We're going to go over that, and then Brady and I are going to go over our 3 favorite picks individually that we have not shared with each other. So,
and then we'll come together and potentially make a slate for you guys.
And give some advice, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So that'll be the show.
Yeah, so last week, just to briefly go over how things went last podcast, I know I talked to you on the phone about this. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over some high moments, some low moments, and see how we can move on, and come together here.
Yeah.
So I took down some notes. Our podcast went 8-7.
Not great, but
not great.
Better than 500.
Better than 500. Our speed round was 1-3, so we're not gonna do a speed round.
We apologize for that.
Our coin flip bet hit. Broncos -3 was a success.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We'll definitely be.
So coin flip 1-0.
We'll do another coin flip this episode because that was successful. See how we can ride the streak.
That was cool. Great.
Yes. And a funny moment. Dean was predicting that Jameis Winston would shine with 4 to 5 touchdowns. He was correct. He had 5 touchdowns.
Jameis is getting stud this year, man.
Our 3 favorite picks were 1-3. Saints Packers over was a loss. Eagles money line win, and then Bills -6.5 was a loss. So we'll try and adjust and see how we can come back this week 3 with our picks and try and make some money.
Yeah, it's good because week 1, you never, not an excuse, but week 1's tough.
We had some high moments. Our prop bets were definitely successful.
The Bills losing at home to the Steelers the way they did really shocked me.
Yeah.
And then the over would have hit if the Packers would have scored 14 more points.
Yeah.
They got blown out. Who saw that coming?
Packers, that was brutal. And then we switched and flip-flopped on a couple of picks that we had good analysis on. We were just kind of worn out.
Go Raiders.
we were worn out towards the end there. So
yeah, so we're going to fix it as we go on.
We're just going to chop it up and be more concise.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So Thursday night, we should go over that. So tomorrow.
We'll do Thursday night. Just quick question. That's not in one of your 3 favorites, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, same.
It's a divisional NFC East game.
Yeah.
Would that be
So I believe the football team 3-point favorites. I think, is it at Washington? 3-point home favorite. I think that sounds right.
I think so. Let me check. Yes, it's at Washington.
3.5-point home favorite. Okay, so yeah, this is an interesting game with Fitzpatrick out and
Heineke is their
Heineke will be
right
the
now.
quarterback. Yeah.
How
do you feel about the Washington football team?
Coming from someone who owns Terry McLaurin or who has him on his team in fantasy football, I am very worried about their offense. But Fitzpatrick looked horrible before he went out. So I don't know. Heineke played all right last year at the end.
I was going to chime in there. Heineke was really stellar in the game against the Buccaneers in the playoffs, where he had to come in. I think he threw I don't know if it was 300 yards, but he threw for a couple of touchdowns, and he kept it close.
Mm-hmm.
McLaurin and Logan Thomas are the 2, receivers and tight end that could be affected, but I wouldn't be too concerned. I think those guys can still make plays regardless of who's throwing him the ball.
Yeah, I think it lowers their value a little bit though because
it's not considerable though because Heineke is decent. We just
I think it's more so. I think it's more so Terry McLaurin than Logan Thomas because the intermediate to short pass game, that's not going to be affected.
No.
But Fitzpatrick throws it downfield
Airs it out.
way more than Heineke does. So.
I will say this: Heineke was taking reps with the second team all preseason.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to, especially with your wide receivers, you need the chemistry. So you're right. It's going to be a little bit more of a struggle, I think, with McLaurin than Logan Thomas. But at the end of the day, I think Heineke is a stellar backup, and you could be in a way worse situation.
Oh, no, I think he's solid. I actually kind of like Logan Thomas on catches, if we look at that. I think Heineke's going to trust his safety valve. I don't know what it's at. I wanted to bring that up to you. It's not a part of my bets. I just thought it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I can take a look at the props.
I probably should have told you that in advance. My bad.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I just think, a young quarterback, right? And he's just, he's thrown in as the starter now. And what do young quarterbacks, favor? They favor their tight ends because they're big, huge, and they run short routes,
Yeah, totally.
I just said big twice, basically, but anyways.
So what we kind of do on our Thursday night football games, at least what we did last week, was we did a couple props.
Yeah.
We talked about what we thought the game would be like. Obviously, we were short on the fact that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't cover. However, I think we did a pretty good job analyzing that game as we hit most of our props.
Yeah, we called AB's touchdown.
The yards and all that.
We got you made a good call on Godwin's yards. Yeah,
they would have covered had Godwin not fumbled in the end zone. We won't talk about that. But you can't.
That was rough to watch. Yeah.
You can't be upset with our call because they really should have covered. If
Godwin didn't fumble into the end zone, they would have covered.
Yeah, they should have covered.
So it's an act of God or whatever. That's crazy. Football.
Godwin. All right.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, so receptions. Logan Thomas is his over-under is 5. So if you took him for 6, you get plus 100 odds.
I would take that. I like that.
Okay, so we'll include a Logan Thomas
I would take
prop. We'll take him for 6 receptions at plus 100.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Dude, I'm biased because I have Saquon Barkley. I couldn't find anything about him getting a touchdown this game, but I don't know. I wonder what the odds would be. This
game, I think, because it's in division, and wow, the over/under is 40.5.
They think it's going to be a dogfight.
I think it's going to be a dogfight. They're rivals. They're big rivals, and it's in interdivision.
I feel like you got to take the under just because these are two low-scoring teams that are just going to have a dogfight. But I somehow feel like the over will just hit magically, and it's just going to screw you over. So I'm just going to stay away.
40's low.
Yeah,
40's.
They're almost daring you to bet over, and it's just I don't know. Vegas knows something.
Well, because you know what's going to happen. I feel like for the first half, it's just going to be 10-7 or 7-3.
Yeah.
And then if Terry McLaurin busts out because we don't trust the Giants' defense, on a freaking 50-yard bomb, or it could ruin you real quick. Because, and I think Saquon will get a touchdown. I do, but this is going to be a heavy dose of Antonio Gibson and Saquon Barkley in this game. That's what I think.
Just depending on how ready Saquon is, but dude, the Giants really don't have any other running backs. I was looking at their depth chart.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, they're Saquon or bust because they're not getting any production out of those other guys. I mean, they didn't even try.
Yeah.
They were losing all game. But
yeah, they were. Yeah, it's true.
They need to find a way to get the running game involved. If Saquon Barkley can't be there, they still have to figure out a way to get it going because, they're screwed. They can't get the ball moving at all.
Yeah, it's rough. You don't want to force him back too quickly, though. I'd be safe with Saquon if I were the Giants, But they really, you're right, they have problems running the ball, because their backups, aren't great. Yeah.
So we're expecting this game to be a low-scoring matchup between these two division rivals. Who are you giving the edge to this week in Washington?
I think Washington's the better team.
That defensive line.
And Saquon isn't fully healthy.
That D line, man. That's.
I think Daniel Jones might get sacked 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Even though the Giants have improved their offensive line, but it's interdivision, so these teams know each other very, very well, right? Interdivision games can always go either way. That's why it's Washington -3. They think
this isn't our coin flip though.
No.
I don't think we would do our
No. And I have, and because Washington's at home, now if this was in New York, I think it might be a coin flip.
Yeah.
Washington at home with that defensive line, with Saquon hurt, or like not fully healthy, I think I'd take Washington. I think I'd take them to cover.
I trust their defense more. I trust Heineke more than Daniel
I trust
Jones.
Ron Rivera more than their coach too.
I
Ron
trust
Rivera,
their coach.
Like,
I do think that the public is overreacting to the piss poor performance by the Giants against the Broncos in Week 1, where they just got absolutely smoked.
yeah.
I do think this game will be a lot closer. I think 3.5 is a pretty good line, but at the end of the day, we're just going to take who we trust more and who's at home in the situation. Obviously, home field advantage is huge in football.
And the other thing is, like, Washington, when they they lost to the Chargers, right?
Yeah, they lost with that. I mean, there's a huge injury there with Fitzpatrick.
Well, no. But also, I wanted to say not only that, but
it was a close game.
But the Chargers D line is real, like with Joey Bosa.
They only lost by 4 points.
That's what I'm saying. So the Giants defense isn't even close to what the Chargers defense is. That's what I'm trying to say.
So I think we like under, and we like Washington to cover.
Yeah,
those are our 2 picks. Those are not at all in our.
These aren't in our main ones.
Our personal picks and what we would.
We're just always going to do Thursday Night Football because it's
it's the first game
it's
of the
the first
week.
game of the week. But I'm. It's not our picks, but I'm actually kind of comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with Washington. This Giants defense isn't even close to what the Chargers was, and Heineke will now have a full week to be the starter. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so I'm comfortable moving on now to our picks.
Let's move on. Do you want to go?
I'll open up with one of mine.
We'll just switch off?
Yeah, I'll
cool.
open up with one of mine. So I like the Kansas City Chiefs minus 3.5. I think the Ravens, they had a close game there against Oakland. They're going to be traveling to Kansas City.
Okay.
Mahomes is money in September, and I just don't know if I love what the Ravens have been able to do in the passing game, and we know that the Chiefs are just going to be able to dominate the ball in the air. And the Ravens don't really have their prime running backs right now. They're hurt. So I would take the Chiefs minus 3.5 there. I think that's pretty solid.
At home? Yeah, I like it.
Chiefs 3.5.
And you know what's funny? Did you see what the, not to get hooked on the Raiders game, but with mobile quarterbacks, and I think it's got to be the strategy going forward for any of these mobile guys. I mean, Lamar Jackson more so than others because he can't throw like Russell Wilson or Kyler. They just don't blitz. Did you see the Raiders not call one blitz on Monday night?
No.
They literally made him throw. They're like, you got to beat us with your arm.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's going to do that to Lamar Jackson now. Because he doesn't, like Kyler and Russell Wilson could do it and be evasive. But Lamar, just stop him, have 7 guys back there. Just rush forward.
They're going to give Lamar his, 70 or 80 yards on the ground. There's a point where you just have to accept, okay, the dude's athletic as hell. He's going to get his 20 to 30 yard burst.
Yeah.
But if you can play the long game and just eventually stop him on 4th down, because eventually the odds are he's not going to be able to do that on every single play.
Yeah. I think you make him beat. You want him to beat you with his arm. If he does that, then good for him.
Well,
because
once it's
I
down,
don't love his arm. His accuracy
He's
is...
a 2-down quarterback.
Yeah.
He's great on 1st down.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay on 2nd down. On 3rd down, when things are a little bit more, what's the word? You have to be a little bit more, man, I can't come up with the word.
Okay.
Dude, wait. I need help on finding this word right now. It's like
what?
You're, you really need something to happen. Like you're very dependent on a certain outcome. Like you're putting everything on the line to have something happen. Like you need to throw. Like you're risking it all to have the certain thing happen.
I can't think of the word.
You can't think of the word. Oh, that's a bummer.
Anyways, I want to bring up something that you said about Lamar Jackson, which I thought was interesting.
I'm going to be looking up a word.
All right. Well, you said what's interesting about Lamar Jackson is that he's not looking to throw. He's looking to run, right?
Yeah.
He's looking to run.
Yes.
Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray use their feet to set up the throw. They're not looking to run. They're looking to throw. So
Desperation is what I was looking for.
Oh, yeah. Lamar Jackson is looking to run.
Yeah.
He's not looking to throw down. Like, it may look like that, but that's not. He's looking for the big hole, And I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to exploit that. I think they're going to do exactly what the Raiders did Monday night. It's, not only that, it's a short week for the Ravens. And they're going to Kansas City.
Yeah, I just think.
So I really like it. I didn't even think about that. It's a short week for the Ravens. A short week is not great.
And what has Mahomes done in his birthday month of September in his career? He's 10-0.
No, I don't know that.
He throws. I mean, it's just all over Twitter. He's throwing like ridiculous amounts of touchdowns. Hasn't had an interception in the month of September. I mean, dude, the guy's just,
in his career.
Yeah, the guy's just lights out in September.
I like it now. There's so many factors. Like, I like how the Raiders played him. I think the Raiders have about the same par level as the Chiefs on defense.
I think 3.5 is a good line.
I do too.
I think it's going to be close. I think, you never know if Vegas gets you on the field goal, but
all Ravens running backs are hurt basically. Tyson Williams showed something, but like you can't depend on that every game.
The Browns are better than the Ravens. Let's be real, and they had.
I like the 3.5. I agree with you.
Okay.
And to be honest, like, I don't know if the over is gonna hit. I don't want to go near it.
I would,
because I don't know if the Ravens are going to be able to score enough points. Like, I don't
really.
The Raiders really showed me something. It's a short week.
Yeah.
The Raiders just showed how you beat Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And I just think,
let's be real though, that was a close game.
It was, but like,
I don't know if they illustrated how to beat him consistently, but they showed how to put your team in a good position to beat him.
But so, how do you beat the Chiefs? You run the ball well.
Yeah.
All of the Ravens running backs are hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if the Chiefs get up on him 14-0 and Lamar has to throw to score touchdowns, it's over.
No, you're
the
right.
The over is not going to hit.
That's why. All right, so that's why I like the Chiefs minus 3.5.
We're not touching. I think the over is going to hit.
And
the under. I think the under.
Back to the word that I brought up that I had so many issues to figure out. When Lamar is in situations where he is desperate,
he has to throw,
and he has to throw.
It's not a good situation.
They're a team that wins and blows out teams and wins comfortably and runs the ball. They have a formula to win. It's been successful for them. But when that situation can't occur and you play teams that figure you out,
you know what it was like. To mention last year in the it was the playoffs
against the Bills, right?
I bet Tennessee.
Oh right.
And I bet on the Ravens to just money line, right?
That was annoying.
Just money line, not even a cover. And what happened was the Titans got up on him by, I think, 10 or 14 points.
And he couldn't come back.
And Lamar had to throw the ball. And I remember watching that thinking, this is not going to end well.
No.
When Lamar has to sit back there and literally, get back into the game, throw the ball, they're done. It's over. Like, I have zero confidence in that. So
yeah, Ravens are a team that will take against the less than average teams in the league, and there's plenty of them. They're always going to be a threat to be a good team. But I don't see them beating.
It'd be different if they didn't have 3 running backs hurt though, because they are great at running the ball. I think
they're a power running team.
Yes, but they have no. So they're a power running team with no running backs.
I did kind of like what I saw out of that other guy,
Tyson Williams. Yeah,
Tyson Williams was.
He's the last dude from training camp
yeah.
on the roster as a running back.
I mean, don't you feel for the Ravens though? Just really quickly, I mean,
that's crazy.
They're kind of hitting a 49er-ish like level.
Within 3 weeks, their first, second, and third running backs on the depth chart tore 2 of them tore ACLs and one of them tore his Achilles within a 3-week span. I think August 21st to September 11th or something, September 12th.
No,
that's crazy.
It's reminiscent of what the Niners had to go through last year. I mean, obviously
the double ACL tear and
not with one
New York.
position, but yeah,
New Jersey.
It's just brutal, man. Football is a brutal sport.
Yeah, I like that though. So -3, I'm cool with that. So
okay, so that's. Let me really quickly just grab a pen just so I can write the ones that we like down.
Yeah. Of course. Okay, so I'll go to.
Our quarter here.
Yeah, so I did.
All right, talk to me, man.
So I'll go I'm gonna ride the Jameis Winston train. I like the Saints minus 3.5 over the Panthers.
Okay. Talk to me about this one because I actually lean the other way. But I'm not going to put that in my picks.
Really?
Yeah. But
It's at Carolina,
Okay.
10 a.m. I liked what I saw from the Panthers last weekend. Who they play again?
They played the Jets.
They played the Jets. Yeah. So it was 19-14. All right. And maybe I'm a little high on the dismantling of Green Bay at home, but I personally like Green Bay's defense. Like I know they got picked apart, but as you said off screen, it was the Saints giving their defense giving Jameis the ball on the other side of the 50-yard line, which ended up screwing them. So I do think Jameis is in for a regression, but I don't know. I like what I've seen from him, to be honest. And he's still got Alvin Kamara, and it is an interdivision game. It's just like the Washington Giants game, but I don't know. I liked what I saw from Peyton and Jameis Winston. What are your thoughts? You don't agree?
It's just hard for me to say because I think that the Green Bay Packers played so unbelievably bad at every single position.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't run the ball at all. They only gave Aaron Jones 5 carries because they were down the whole game.
Because they were blown out. Yeah.
I think Christian McCaffrey is better than Aaron Jones. I think he's going to be more of a factor in this week. I don't think the Panthers are going to win, but this is a division rival, so the teams are more familiar with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just thought Aaron Rodgers played terribly at a 36.8 passer rating, which is just absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Jameis played a great game. I'd have to look more into it, but I just think 3.5 points on the road. Like, you never know, man. I mean, you know how big home field advantage is in the league.
No, it's huge, and it's interdivision, so it's a big deal. If all else fails, the best position group out of both sides, the Saints defense. The Saints defense is better than the Carolina Panthers defense. I think it's the best part of their own team.
Yeah.
And I trust Cameron Jordan in that defensive line to get pressure on,
I think you're right. Like, I take the Saints and I take Cameron Jordan and the defensive line there. But the reason why I'm a little skeptical is I kind of see it like as a trap game. Like, I know the public is going to be pouring in money because what did the Saints do last week? They just blew out the Packers.
Yeah.
What did the Panthers do?
No, it's sus.
They barely beat the Jets.
It's sus. Yeah.
I just think that, I don't know, when a team's going on the road and they're favored 3.5. I mean, let's come back to this game because I think that
the reason that I don't think it's as much of a trap game as I think it's a major trap game when you don't have a top. What are the Saints? A top 5 defense, probably top 6, top 7.
Yeah.
When you go on the road, what travels? Your defense travels.
You're right.
So that's what I'm thinking. If the Saints didn't have such a good defense, I would think I'd be more sussed out. But it's true because, we don't. The Packers, if they don't rebound from the Lions this week, and we'll know who they were, but we don't really know who the Saints are because we don't know what the hell that was. What the hell that performance was by the Packers. But it's really me putting my faith in the Saints D-line, and I like the weapons that Jameis has on offense. But, I know you're waiting for Jameis to his interception.
Self-implode.
His interception bug to come back. It is hard trusting Jameis Winston, I agree.
The other thing is, they both are 2 good running teams, obviously, with Kamara and McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I think that the signs do point to the Saints winning. I just think that this isn't one of the best options out there.
I got you.
That's why I left it out.
Because
I felt like there is a valid argument for the other side.
There is a valid argument to the other side.
That's all I felt.
No, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
But let's come back to that one because I think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. All right, so This one's a little interesting. So Chicago's -2.5 against the Bengals. The Bengals played a pretty solid week against the Vikings last week, right? They won in overtime.
Yeah.
This is Andy Dalton's revenge game. He obviously played plenty of seasons in Cincinnati. How do you feel about backing Andy Dalton against his former team?
I don't know if I could bet on the Bears until they decide who their quarterback is.
Got it.
Because I think Justin Fields, if Justin Fields was QB,
Yeah.
I would take them to cover and maybe
Win.
just cream them.
Okay,
I could see Andy Dalton. I could see the Bengals taking advantage of him. They know him well. I'm not scared of Andy Dalton. I don't think the Bengals are scared of Andy Dalton. I was impressed what I saw. The Bears D line is still real because they were really going. I watched 3/4 of that Rams Bears game. They were really getting after Stafford. I know they gave up some big plays.
I think the Bears, if they put together a couple better drives and they didn't turn the ball over, I think that they might have actually covered against the Rams. They
looked good.
That game was it was a double-digit blowout.
Yeah,
it was closer than it looked.
Oh no, it was way closer.
Yeah,
it was way closer. I was like, man, the Bears are getting pressure on Stafford every play. They were.
Yeah.
You saw Khalil Mack back there.
Khalil Mack looked great. Who else was on their defensive line? The big guy.
I can't think of him.
It's in the morning. We're a little tired. Also, what's up, Grayson? Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, thanks, Grayson. Good to see you, brother.
Keep going.
Yeah. So, you're finding the other D lineman. I do think that waiving Kyle Fuller, you remember, to get Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
So their secondary is a little has some problems because they waived Kyle Fuller to get Andy Dalton, which I think is nuts.
Hicks, by the way.
Hicks is a beast.
Yeah.
But so they were getting a lot of pressure. David Montgomery looked amazing. David Montgomery was running ramp shot all over the field. They were running the ball great, but I just don't trust Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I don't trust that. That's why I can't get on board with this.
I hear you.
I really like it. God,
yeah.
I wish if you told me 100% sure Justin Fields would start the second half, I think I'd take it. I think I would take one half of Andy Dalton and second half of Justin Fields. But if Andy Dalton's the quarterback the whole game, I don't trust him at all.
I don't know. I like that Chicago Bears defense, and I don't know. I think Joe Burrow had a great game in his opening week, but he is going to have to deal with some pressure. They don't have a great offensive line, okay? So we know that the Bears, like you said, they got to Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're going to be able to get through a worse offensive line? I mean, the Rams' offensive line is okay. They're not great.
They're getting old.
Yeah. I think that they're going to get to the quarterback, and they're at home. It's -2.5. Andy Dalton's playing against a team that he played for. He's probably got some salt towards them. They got rid of him for that guy.
I just think Andy Dalton isn't very tough. I don't see... Yeah, I see that, but, come on. It's Andy Dalton, man.
It's the narrative, man. I'm playing off the narrative. I get what you're saying.
I think we're in the same boat. You gave me a lot of counters to my Saints right there. I just feel the same way about that Bears.
Okay, so we're split.
We're split on those two because I could totally see the Bears winning, right? I think they can cover that, but I just don't trust Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is when your biggest question is a quarterback, that's not a good thing.
I got you. I think it's risky that I do place trust in the quarterback. I think the only reason why is I just like the line. It's at home. And I think that the public's just going to be too hyped on the Bengals after that road win in Minnesota.
What I would like to say is the Bengals defense showed me more than I was. I was actually pretty impressed with the Bengals defense.
They really let off the gas there at the end of the game. I mean, they almost blew the game.
I mean, it's the same with the Niners, though. Do you not trust the Niners? I still think the Niners defense is top 10. I'm not saying the Bengals
but the Niners and the Bengals are different, man.
I know. I'm just saying letting off the gas is a different thing.
Okay. All right. I think
when you're so shocked in the NFL, when you're up by that many points, you don't think it's a little how do you stay hungry in that situation? It's tough. I'm just saying.
I totally I understand what you're trying to get me at.
Yeah. That's interesting though. I wish Justin Fields was playing.
All right, let's hear your yeah, you're right. That'd be easy lock. All right, so with Justin Fields in there.
I like Buffalo -3.5. I think they're going to come back. I think the Steelers embarrass them at home. This is in Miami. I know Miami's got a tough, upcoming team. They got a lot of players. I wasn't totally impressed what I saw out of Tua.
Yeah.
And I think the Bills are going to come back with it. You don't think the Bills heard it from everybody? They were supposed to cover 6.5 against the Steelers. The Steelers embarrassed them. I think the Bills are going to come back, and this is like a wake-up game for them.
So a lot of the big money and the sharp action, these are betting terms, are leaning towards the Miami Dolphins. However, experts project that the Bills can
The
win.
Bills aren't going to go 0-2. I don't believe they're going to.
So
It's interdivision again.
0-2, but it's a good spread, 3.5. I mean, I think the game could come down to a field goal. Do you think the Bills are going to be able to go on the road and win by more than a field goal? I'm not saying. I think you're right. They're going to win, but that line is pretty close.
Yeah, you're right. I wish it was. I still think they have too much to prove. This was supposed to be like they lost in the playoffs last year. The Chiefs. This was their year. They come out flat against the Steelers.
Let's be real though. The Steelers team kind of showed us a lot in that week 1. I mean,
the Steelers aren't some joke. They took them as a joke.
Big Ben's in the best shape of his life.
Mike Tomlin has never gone under 500 as a
No.
head coach.
No.
That should tell you everything you need to know. So, I like the Bills here.
Okay.
I don't have a ton to say about it, but I can't. You're right. I could see it coming down to a field goal because they're away and it's interdivision. But I think they're going to come out showing something to prove. I think they'll win by a touchdown.
Okay.
Do you have any major counter? I know that it's on the road and it's interdivision. Do you have anything
I
else?
lean towards the Bills on this one, so I'm going to leave it on there right now and not put any touching on it.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just keep going. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything solid against it. I hope that the Bills can come out and perform though, because that week 1 was just kind of.
If they lose this game, I'd be I don't know if I could bet on them this year.
I think that the Dolphins are the best team in the division if they lose this game right now.
I would agree with that.
I mean, that's who they're playing, right? So
Yeah.
All right, my last pick of the week. See, I had a few different ones on here. I like the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, this is great. We didn't pick any of the same ones. Oh, cool. Okay.
I like the Seattle Seahawks -5.5. They're a strong home team with arguably one of the biggest home field advantages. The Seahawks crowd hasn't been out there.
Oh, the 12th man?
The 12th man. They haven't been able to go to a game in, over a year.
It's going to be rocking.
It's going to be rocking.
It's going to be rocking.
Let's be real, man. The Titans looked bad last week. They're going to get better.
Okay, so it's the Titans. Okay.
They're going to get better, but they're playing against – they're in a tough atmosphere. We know what it's like to go to Seattle.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And they got blown out by Kyler, and who's the most comparable quarterback to Kyler Murray in the entire NFL? That's his big brother,
Russ.
Russ.
Let Russ cook.
So I just think this is just too easy, man. 5.5. I'd take Seattle. The Titans look terrible.
At home. Yeah.
What do we not do? We don't bet on teams to change unless it's like Aaron Rodgers or like Tom Brady.
Yeah. No, I got you.
I'm not going to bet on Tannehill to figure it out.
I think both of these teams. I think the thing is, I wasn't impressed what I saw from Julio Jones in the passing game, just Tannehill in general. But didn't Chandler Jones have 5 sacks? Chandler Jones went off week 1. Their D line was just destroying Tannehill, and
I could say
the one
over.
The one thing that I don't think the Seahawks pass rush is what the Cardinals pass rush is.
No,
it's
right.
not even comparable.
No, you're right.
J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones, I don't even know. What, Kerry Hyder? That's the only guy I know.
So then the other thing that we could talk about in that game, because I think you're right.
I like the over more than I like the Seattle Seahawks covering that big of a line.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I would say. But I could they're at home. They dominate at home. They always have. Russ dominates at home. I hate the Seattle Seahawks defensive line. Their best player is a safety. Jamal Adams, and a safety can't cover up that much.
No, I got you. I'm trying to find the odds on the over-under.
It's It's 54.
So last week I took the over in the Cardinals and the Titans, and it was 51.5. Vegas screwed everyone.
Yeah.
The game was 50. The total score was at 51 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Uh-huh.
And then the entire fourth quarter and the end of the third quarter, no one scored.
Yeah.
All we all needed was just a safety.
That's rough. When you told me that, I'm like, wow, that's
so
rough.
it's over 54.
I don't think.
Wait, is that the line?
It's 54. Yeah, it's 54.
All right, I think I'm gonna change that as my. I know we're not supposed to change, but I think that would be my pick. I think you're right.
I think they're both running teams, but I just feel like it's
offensive power.
They want to use their new weapon, Julio Jones.
They're just gonna air it out.
The Seattle Seahawks D line sucks. Russell Wilson is Russ Cook right now, right? With their new offensive coordinator from Sean McVay, the Sean McVay tree. They like throwing the ball. Like, I don't think Chris Carson is going to get a ton of work. And then if they start throwing the ball, I don't think Derrick Henry's going to get a lot of work because he doesn't catch passes. So I like the over. That's what I like. Yeah.
All right, what's your third pick?
I like Dallas covering +3 against the Chargers.
Okay. This is interesting.
So.
Is that at home, by the way?
No. It's in Los Angeles.
I like that pick.
125 game. I was going to ask you if you want money line. I think Dallas is going to win the game. I said +3, but I could see Dallas winning the game. Dallas winning the game. Let's talk about it first, but like I have written down in my notes, I have money line written down on here.
Nice.
So they're +140. So we both watched that entire Tampa Bay Dallas game.
Yeah.
I think Dallas showed me a lot.
Yeah.
Zeke really didn't play that much. They were just airing the ball out. Granted, the Chargers have a good D-line, but the Cowboys don't have a joke of a defense. They have a lot of good players on defense.
They have some good players.
And, the Chargers, granted, the football team, they probably have the best D-line in the league, right? I think it's the best D-line. But the Tampa Bay defensive line is really, really good.
Yeah.
Right? It's deep, right?
Yes.
I think the Washington football team has a better front four, but Tampa Bay's got 7 or 8 guys,
Definitely.
So I think it's comparable.
Yeah.
And the Chargers had problems. What, they scored 17 points? I think it was 17-14.
They barely beat them.
Football
team, yeah.
And Dallas was able to put up 28? I forget what the final score was.
I do think the difference is the secondary with Tampa isn't as great as people bloat them to be.
Yeah.
I think their biggest strength is, like you said, their defensive line and their ability to get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
But all that aside, dude, I love your pick of Dallas here. That offense is going to be cooking.
I think Dallas is going to win this game. I straight up do. I don't know if we should be safe, say +3, or I think they're going to win.
All right, so I see a comment on there, Justin J. Rob, Rojo, Jay Williams, James White, start 1 PPR. We usually don't give fantasy football advice, but
PPR, so
he's asking who he should start, Rojo, Jay Williams, or James White. Who would you take out of those 3? Appreciate you stopping by the stream and commenting, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate.
All
what
right.
are you thinking?
Jay Williams, is that Javonte, right?
Yeah, that's Javon.
What team is that dude on again? He's on a random team, right?
Yeah.
I know Rojo is obviously on.
Oh yeah, he's on Denver. He's on Denver. So.
Denver plays.
He was playing really well.
Okay.
How many?
Oh, Denver plays the Jaguars. Jaguars suck.
Jaguars are horrible.
James White, I don't know. Rojo and James White.
This is a PPR, remember that.
Oh, PPR.
James White is PPR.
James White, you're rolling the dice, though, because,
he had 7 targets.
Really?
Yeah, but he only had 4 rushes. This is PPR, so he had 6 catches. What does that say?
Javonte Williams and James Robb, Ronald Jones, or...
Not Ronald Jones in PPR. I would not be starting Ronald Jones.
Yeah, I really didn't like his performance last week.
Javonte James, hold on. I'm intrigued.
we're coming up with an answer on this.
Oh, Robinson? Oh, I would. Okay, who are they playing? Denver. Oh, well.
I'm intrigued by Javonte because I feel like against the Jaguars he could go off.
Yeah, so.
Ronald Jones played terribly, so you'd expect him to get more points.
So Javonte Williams and James Robb, Ronald Jones. Oh, is he asking between Ronald Jones and James White?
I have no clue.
Okay, so if you're I assume you're starting James Robinson if you have James Robinson, right? Like he's a starter.
Yeah.
So you have Javonte. So those are your running backs. I would do James White. He got 7 targets. Would you trust? You know all about the Bucks backfield. If in PPR.
No, James White's on the Patriots.
No, but Ronald Jones. I trust James White getting his targets in PPR.
Oh, over Ronald.
I said over Ronald Jones.
The thing about Ronald Jones is he had a huge fumble last week, right?
And Giovanni Bernard is getting all the passing down work, isn't he?
And Ronald Jones, his biggest issue in his career has been fumbles.
James White. Do James White.
Tom doesn't want nobody out there giving up the game like that.
No. And they have too many running backs. Like
it's a gamble. I mean, Ronald could go for like 100 yards and a touchdown, but like that's a gamble, right? So
James White didn't get that, but he got 6 catches. Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
If you're doing PPR,
and I think Mac Jones likes to he does the
check down.
Yeah.
Check down king. Yeah.
I would go James White for
over Ronald Jones.
4 receptions and a touchdown this week. Take him.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're
against the Jets.
Oh. I got Giants and the points. What about you guys? The Giants?
Are you talking about spread here? Giants against the Washington.
We talked about this. Tonight.
Yeah. We think that game's going to be close.
We think that's going to be close. We took Washington, I think, though.
I think we took Washington, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
It could go either way.
We're staying away from that game betting wise.
Spread? Oh, you took?
He took Giants in the points, spread.
Yeah. We took Washington spread, but it could go either way. Because it's not one of our picks because it's so sketch.
It's a divisional game.
It's a divisional game.
Yeah. I think
neither of the offenses are good right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that. I would take first half under in that, dude.
We like the under though. We do like the under.
Regardless of if it's 40, man, those teams can't put points up on the board.
No, 40's low.
But dude,
I don't
like those offenses though, man. They're so sloppy. You know, it's like
they could just give up a 70-yard touchdown. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's sketch game. I think Giants is an interesting pick. I could see it go either way. So
I mean, they're the dogs. They're the better value.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our point on that. All
right.
So
we'll go back though to the show as scheduled, and thanks for leaving those comments.
Yeah, but thanks for that.
Try and get back to those. So we talked about Dallas +3
or money line. What's the? Let me look at the difference. Hold on.
I think so.
So it's -110 for them to cover, but it's +140 for them to win. I kind of like them winning that game.
I think Dallas money line's safe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what are our 3?
So right now we like the Chiefs -3.5 against the Ravens.
Ravens
at home. Got to give it to Mahomes in September, and then we got Dallas +3. That's easy.
I like the depth. Are we doing money line? Are we doing +3?
I'm just doing it for our picks, but yeah, we can bet money line or money.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just for make it simple.
So we are totally agreed on the Chiefs covering 3.5 and Dallas covering +3.
Definitely.
So are we going to do 4, or we have to pull hairs between the Bills and Seattle?
Let's talk here.
Those are both really interesting to me.
I think Seattle over, man. I like that. There's no way the Titans are going to score.
I don't like the spread. I like the over.
I think Seattle and Titans over. Seattle, Tennessee over.
54.
54. I mean, we can give Russ what? How many points? 3 touchdowns. How many points? I give the Seattle Seahawks like 28, 30
at home.
30 points. Yeah. 30 points.
The only thing I worry about is if Pete Carroll pushes his, overlord button and says, no, we're going to run the ball this game. I just hope he doesn't do that, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the over.
I mean, they got to let Russ cook, man.
Let Russ cook.
We're going to be betting on the
They
chef.
didn't bring in a Sean McVay follower to run the football.
No.
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 I mean, granted, they do run it a lot. It's fair, but Shanahan is the run king. Like, McVay is more of a pass guy.
Yeah. I just think that I think Tennessee's going to have a better week against a worse defense that is Seattle. They're going to put up more points than 13.
I'd go Cowboys money line in the over.
Yes.
We love Cowboys money line.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
I think the over is interesting there too.
The over is interesting too. Yeah.
But
so do you want to leave? You want to leave the Bills off?
I was going to talk about it just quickly. The Titans played last week, obviously against the Cardinals.
Oh,
they only put up 13 points. Like
the Cardinals D line.
Like all we're asking the Titans to do is just score a touchdown and the over will hit. Like one more
I like
touchdown.
it. I like it. Yeah. I just think the Cardinals D. I literally think that
that D line's old.
I think Chandler Jones got 5 sacks last week. It was like insane.
Did JJ Watt do anything or?
I don't. But Chandler 5 sacks in one game. I have to look it up. 1 second. It was like freaking crazy. Stats. Here we go. I just have to look it up quick. So, what do you think about the Buffs game? I'm just curious. Oh yeah. So listen to this. Sorry. Chandler Jones had 5 sacks and 6 solo tackles.
How many hurries?
He had 5 sacks.
Wait, let me go over. JJ Watt did play.
And Simmons, so Simmons got is that the guy from, Simmons, the linebacker from Clemson, got an interception.
Oh, we got another fantasy question here from Justin. Tyson Williams or Barkley PPR? I don't think Barkley's healthy enough, and the football team D-line is
He
good.
has Barkley, actually.
I have Saquon Barkley.
Oh, so Tyson Williams, so that's the Ravens guy that we were talking about.
Oh, I would go Tyson Williams.
I like Tyson Williams.
I think
PPR.
Barkley's going to start picking it up week 3.
I don't think they're gonna throw him out there as much against that defense.
You're relying on a touchdown.
Tyson Williams, we like.
I mean, volume-wise.
Yeah, the football team D-line is good. Yeah. We agree.
Yeah.
We'd go Tyson Williams. Barkley, in another couple weeks, he'll be an RB1 again easily. Anyways, so yes, the Cardinals D-line is nothing to scoff at. And Seattle's D-line sucks. So.
All right, so then we're going to get to our we do 5 favorite picks. We each to bring in our 3, and then we come together. I think Bills minus 3.5 in Miami is interesting. I might want to buy a 1.5 on that.
I wish it was I wish it was 2.5 because I think it's I just oh man I think the Bills are going to be out to prove something.
I might boy a 1.5 and get it -2. I'd take them a field goal.
Minus 2.5, you mean?
1.5. So
you could do 2.5.
3.5 minus 1.5 is 2.
Minus 1 is 2.5.
3.5 minus 1.
Why don't you just
take a 1.5? Buy it. Buy a 1.5.
Why don't you just buy 1 point?
Because I don't want the push on a field goal. I think that 2.5.
No, minus 2.5. What if they win by 3?
By 1 point. Oh, you're right.
All you have to do is buy 1. You don't have to buy 1.5.
Yeah, it's all right. it's early, man.
It's early in the morning, people.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
No, we're good.
All right.
Is that what we're gonna say with that?
Bills minus 2.5.
Okay.
Buy a point there.
Okay, I agree. I do think it's an interdivision game.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the Bills blowing them out, but like, I need to see more from Josh Allen this week. Like, he's really got to pick it up, man.
Yeah, it's Josh Allen. I trust in Josh Allen.
I do too.
It's like, do you expect Aaron Rodgers to go do that again? Like, I don't expect Aaron Rodgers.
No, but we're not taking them on a -11.
I'm not touching that game.
I'm not
touching that game with a 10-foot pole.
I don't trust that game as far
No,
as I can
man,
go.
I'm not trusting. Yeah, exactly. I don't trust that game at all.
I don't trust that game at all.
All
right, so then our 5th game would be.
We don't want to force 5 though if we don't like 5.
I know. You're right. We shouldn't. But we don't love any of these other ones, right?
What, do you just want to look and see?
Yeah, let's
I don't want to do any of these.
Justin,
ones.
if you got any interesting games you want to talk about, have us go over. We're gonna go over a couple more spreads here. We're just not sure what our fifth pick would be. Like I said,
we might not do it though. I don't want to.
We're not gonna force it.
Don't want to ruin the record.
Our speed round was bad. We could do our coin flip also. We got to do our coin flip.
Oh, the coin flip. I'm actually pretty okay. Let's look at that.
Okay, so I want to talk about. Actually, I got a game I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk
Easily, Niners and Eagles. So
about? Sketch.
It's super sketch.
Sketch.
The Niners are going to Philadelphia.
Oh, God.
The Niners almost blew the cover last week.
That
was super sketch. The Eagles shut down the Falcons, but here's where I stand before I let you go.
Oh,
the Falcons team, that week one performance was piss poor by the Falcons team. That team looked terrible. They couldn't get the ball moving at all.
It's equivalent to I have no idea who the Eagles are because the Falcons are so bad. Like
the Lions are trash too.
I don't fully trust the Saints. The Lions are yes. It all goes down there. Like I don't know who the winning teams are totally because those teams are so bad.
I know that there's a lot of money getting poured onto the
Philadelphia,
yeah, money line.
I bet it is.
It's pouring in.
I bet it is.
That's like one of the top picks this week.
I bet that's the big upset because the Niners let them back in the game, let the Lions back in the game.
That's the biggest upset pick of the week by most experts is the Eagles.
What so minus 3.5. So plus 3.5 is minus 115. Minus 3.5 is minus 105.
Money's pouring in on the Eagles.
Pouring in on the Eagles. They're only plus 160 to win.
I mean, it was open at like 180 or something like that.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, I like that take, actually, Justin. Panthers money line. I like that a lot, actually.
Panthers.
All right, so...
Oh, is this my Saints, the Saints thing?
Yeah, but quickly, let's just finish up on the Niners and we'll go to the Panthers.
I think it's interesting.
What do you think is going to happen with the... So the Niners almost let the Lions back in, and then the Eagles just beat the shit out of Falcons team that's trash. How do you feel about that week in Philadelphia?
I don't want to bet on this game.
I'm staying away from it.
I don't want to bet on this game.
We're Niners fans. We're from.
I could totally
from
see,
the Bay.
I could totally see the Niners losing this game.
Yeah,
I could totally, because they've. Oh God. Okay, take off the Niner hat. All right, you want me to deep dive into this? They have major issues with running quarterbacks. What is Jalen Hurts? He's a running quarterback.
Yeah.
They had such problems. I mean, what's his name? Their pick from South Carolina, the defensive lineman.
We're essentially saying you guys should take the Eagles 3.5, but we're just not going to do it because we're Niners fans.
Yeah.
If you guys want a nice pick this
The
week,
Eagles are tough at home.
Eagles 3.5 is a good pick.
They were moving the ball well. Jalen Reagor, Devontae, they were a good combo.
They looked good.
Miles Sanders and those other three running backs.
The Niners secondary's hurting.
The Niners, Jason Verrett tore his ACL. He's done.
Like, unless you know what I think actually? I like the over in this game. I think that the Niners are going to have to score more this week.
The Niners have always had a problem with Philly's defensive line, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I don't want to touch this game at all. Like, I don't.
Okay, let's talk about
games in Philly. Like,
let's talk about Panthers now because he brings up an interesting point. I think there's value on the Panthers money line. I think the public's pouring in on the Saints right now after they defeated the Packers, and I just think like we said, value bets.
It's better odds for the Panthers money line than the Eagles money line.
Of course, because money's pouring in on the Saints right now after they just demolished the Packers. I mean, couldn't you see that happening?
Well, it's interdivision, yeah. Any interdivision.
What are the odds on that?
Plus 170. The Panthers to win?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. The Panthers, I think Panthers and Eagles, one of those teams is going to win. Right?
Yeah. Jonah just texted me about Jameis Winston.
Oh.
Sorry. What did you just say?
He's doing a fantasy football trade here.
No. It's funny.
Yeah.
Sorry. I need to turn my text off.
So I think the Panthers or the Eagles, one of those teams, could win this week, right? We agree.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know, man. I think Panthers at home. They got a good running back in Christian McCaffrey. They got good weapons and wide receivers. Sam Darnold got a little bit of confidence beating his former team. I know the Jets suck, but I'm not that high on Jameis Winston yet.
I'm not that high on Sam Darnold yet, though. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but
It's literally the same thing.
that Packers team looked disengaged out there. That didn't even look like a football team.
Yeah, that it was pretty bad.
And we know
I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty bad.
And we've seen, you know what that reminded me of? And obviously
What?
the stakes are way different. That reminded me of the NFC Championship game and the previous regular season game that the Niners played against them, where they just got smoked. They literally just like rolled over and
they gave up. They
just got spanked, man.
They gave up.
And I think the Panthers are going to be a rude awakening for the Saints. I don't think it's going to be as easy as what they just thought. I think they're going to be too high on their horse. I think the public's coming in too hot. I like the Panthers.
You're chasing the narrative here.
I like the Panthers.
You're chasing the narrative.
That's
here.
a wake up call, man. I like the Panthers a lot. I'm not including it in our top 5.
I can see the Saints thinking too much too much of themselves. I could see that. The Saints are the better football team. They should win this game. That's how I look at it. But, I'd be more confident as a Saints fan going into this game than a Niners fan going into the Eagles game.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying
really,
that.
I feel the same way.
I'm just saying I'd be more I know everyone's betting on the Saints, but I don't think the Saints should have that much money on them. I think this is, I don't know if you could call it a trap game, but it's interdivision. I do like Christian McCaffrey. It's tough. I don't know if I'd bet. It's good value on the Panthers. I think the Saints are going to win the game, but it's I could totally see it as a possibility, but I wouldn't bet on it myself.
All right, so we'll leave that one out. We got another.
Well, out of our favorites, I think it's a good bet, but
we got another question from our boy Justin. He's asking what he thinks. What do we think of Williams and if he gets the job done at Denver? How do you feel about Williams?
He totally outplayed Melvin Gordon this last weekend.
Melvin ended up with a touchdown, though, right?
On a huge play, yeah. One huge play, but overall he looked way better. What did Javonte? I think they invested a second or third round. It's like Trey Sermon. It's the same thing, but he's gotten play. I think Javonte. I don't know if Denver wants Melvin Gordon as their 3-down back.
Wait, what did we just see in Mark Ingram? Dude, the guy literally fell off the face of the freaking earth.
Yeah.
And he plays against Jacksonville, and he gets fed the ball, and he has a pretty solid week. I mean, dude, I could see Williams playing well this week against Jacksonville. I mean, that team looks horrendous.
Yeah, no,
defensively, that's the worst thing.
I think Javonte, if he keeps playing well, he's gonna keep keep taking carries from Melvin Gordon.
I like that.
Melvin Gordon's old now too. He's getting up there.
And this is in PPR.
And they used a second or third round pick to grab him.
I forget if it was James White or this guy.
His so Melvin Gordon's 28, so I guess he's all right, but
yeah, I think I'd ride the Williams train against these subpar teams.
I thought his ADP was a little bit high drafting him. I think because of all the talk out of camp, everyone was so impressed with him.
Yeah,
I didn't pick him in his ADP, but I do think he's got a lot of potential.
That
in week 3 versus the Jets,
he's
got job in Denver.
He's got a good schedule. He's saying.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think he's very intriguing. I like him. So back to the.
Yes. Yeah, we don't mind answering fantasy questions, and if you want, subscribe. We do these episodes once a week.
Yeah.
So appreciate you for coming by and
probably just gonna keep doing it Wednesday.
Wednesday's
pretty solid.
Yeah, we try and do it's either Wednesday or Friday. That's the goal.
We try to do it if we can. We want to get the Thursday night, analysis.
Yeah, we love talking Thursday night.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
Ooh,
with the picks. Oh, let's just. I just want to keep it to 4. I'm not really interested in.
Yeah, you like our 4.
I like the 4, and then
I actually love these 4, by the way.
Yeah, no, same. And then let's find the coin flip game, and then we'll call it. I think.
Okay, so yeah, we did the coin flip last week. We took.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty.
Okay, we can go over maybe 1 or 2 more games. We didn't go over them all, but.
I have the Bears -3 on here, not 2.5.
Really?
Yeah.
That means people are betting on them. They moved. Let's see. How about Rams going into the Indianapolis? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Rams Colts.
Rams are -4.
Uh,
4-point favorite on the road. Indianapolis is a good team too.
yeah.
I mean,
I think what people are banking on is they just lost at home to the Seahawks, and
I like the Colts, dude.
the Rams are a better football team.
I like the Colts, man.
Yeah.
The Bears quarterback's Andy Dalton. Carson Wentz is freaking leagues above that guy.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I
agree.
think the Colts.
I think the Seahawks defense, who's absolute crap. Sorry, that's my non-biased opinion.
No, you're right.
They came in there and held them to some lower points. The Ram. You don't think Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald aren't going to eat feast?
But can I counter this?
What?
The Colts have a good defense, right?
They have a good defense.
Okay,
They're the top half of the league.
Okay, they have a good defense. The Bears have a good defense.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
No, it's not comparable. The Bears have a way better defense.
They do. But I'm saying the Colts have a better quarterback than the Bears, and the quarterback play is immensely, valuable in every game.
Yeah.
Couldn't you see the Colts sneaking away with at least a backdoor cover here, +4?
I never fully trust the Rams because every time they're favored by a lot, they always choke.
Yeah.
In the past. So now they have Stafford. They look really good. I think it's interesting.
Is this a primetime game too?
It's gotta be.
It's 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Oh, 10 a.m. Really? Well, then what's the primetime game?
Sunday Night Football is Chiefs-Ravens.
I don't want to watch the Ravens play again. Jesus.
I mean, you got to put that game on. That's the best game of the week.
Yeah, I guess.
Mahomes going to light that up, though.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football is going to be a joke. I think Packers are going to blow them out on Monday Night Football.
I think they'll cover that. I think they're gonna dismantle the Lions.
Wow, that's not even going to be okay.
I
think we should go play basketball Monday night. I didn't think we should watch that. I think
just go play basketball.
We play basketball on Monday nights, and we're just probably not going to watch. Packers are going to. That's going to be
Packers are going to cover that.
That's the most boring game.
Packers are going to cover that against the Lions. Watch. I'm not betting on it though.
All right, we need to find a coin flip here. You know what? It might be Panthers Saints. I mean, we're split up on that.
Hold on.
What other coin flips do you see, man?
I'm looking. Hold up.
Bears Bengals? I don't really like that one.
Hold on. Vegas Steelers.
I think it's Saints, Panthers, Bears, Bengals. One of those. That's the coin flips. That's my choice for the coin flip.
I don't know. Giants, Washington. The more I think about it, is more of a coin flip. There aren't as many coin flips as there was last week.
No. I think the coin flips.
If we were to do all these games, I'd be more calm. I don't want to do all the games, though.
We should pick one coin flip. We're not.
I know. I'm thinking.
We gotta track it. My picks:
Tennessee, Seattle, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Arizona.
I'll answer the chat here while you're doing that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does Hill and Kelsey get 3 touchdowns combined? Is that the over/under on that?
The Chiefs.
It's
55.
No, he's asking about Hill and Kelsey touchdowns. Does Hill and Kelsey?
3? That's a lot. I know Kelsey got 2 touchdowns last. I don't think you could bet. I bet it's like 2.5 if online.
Yeah.
I bet it's like. I don't know if I'd do 3.
No, he's just making it up. He's a novice sportsbook.
Got it.
Bookie.
I don't know if I'd do 3.
That's pretty good. Pretty good line right there.
Old Vegas.
Man.
Houston.
I can see it happening, honestly. I think the Chiefs are going to blow them out.
Saints, Panthers.
You just don't know if Clyde's going to come in there and steal a touchdown or 2.
This is coming from a Clyde Edwards-Hilaire fantasy owner, though.
That is. But to be fair, you were backing the Falcons pretty hard last week.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do. I just want points. I want them to lose. I want them to be. I just want the ball to get.
They got dismantled.
I need them to air it out.
I don't even think they're playing in the NFL anymore after that game. That was pretty bad, man.
I need 40 passes a game from Matt
I think
Ryan.
they got to play against Alabama now.
Favorite Blues.
Minor league football.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, I think it's Bears Bengals. That's a coin flip. That's my pick.
Okay.
And the coffee's starting to wear out here, so
No, same.
yeah.
I'm kind of slow reading this. All right.
We're
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Bears, Bengals. Best 2 out of 3.
2
right?
out of 3. You start it.
Tails. Oh shit! I'm gonna
Jesus
redo that.
Christ.
Sorry, I'm gonna redo that.
Chill out.
Tails.
All right.
Okay.
So who's tails?
Oh, I'm not thinking straight right now. So
Yeah. What are you doing here?
I'm tired right now.
I think tails should be Bengals because Tigers.
Oh,
Tigers have
Tigers
tails.
have tails. All right, do it.
So, I mean, Bears do too.
Bears have heads.
Bears have large heads.
The caffeine's wearing off. Go ahead. Okay,
right.
go ahead.
All right.
Okay, Bears.
Bears. Wow, that was me.
Oh, that was shit. I'm ready to do that.
Win by 2, by the way.
Oh wow. Okay, Bears.
Bears.
All right, Bears is the coin flip pick.
The coin flip bet is undefeated, guys. So if you guys want to tail that, if you're a degenerate,
it's a 50-50 toss.
if you're a degenerate and you want to join us, the Bears minus 2.5.
Oh, Grayson. So
Pretty much a lock, guys.
Julio. No, I think Julio's going to score this week. I think we took the we're taking the over in that game, so I think Julio's gonna. I think seven catches. I like.
Yeah.
It does. Bears.
Bears tails matter.
Definitely. I like that, Grayson. We should put that on a shirt.
Yo.
Yeah, I think Julio's gonna have a solid game. I think wide receiver 2 range.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
AJ Brown's gonna steal the show.
Julio owners, fear not.
Riley,
You guys
take
play,
it easy, Riley.
You guys play against Seattle. You'll get plenty of chances. Julio will probably have a big game.
Okay, I think that's our show, but we'll say so. Our coin flip is Bears minus 2.5. That's just for fun. Hell yeah, bro. Okay, but our favorite picks, we have 4 of them. We're doing Chiefs minus 3.5, Dallas plus 3, the over in the Seattle-Tennessee game.
Yeah.
And for number 4, we'd like you guys to buy a point, Bills minus 2.5.
Yeah.
Because we think, interdivision, we think a field goal they're going to win by. Yeah, so.
Those are our 4 favorite
Those
picks.
are our 4 favorite for this week. Yep.
Yeah. If you guys have any other topics you want us to go over, we're happy to do so. But if not, that'll be the end of the show. Thank you guys for pulling up.
Yeah, great show. Much more efficient this time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked. I think I like those picks, by the way.
I do too. I like them.
All
I
right,
think they're
man.
pretty solid. I think we'll call that a show then.
Yeah, we'll call it a show.
Right?
Yeah. We'll leave the picks in the description.
We...
Tyler Lockett or Julio.
That's...
Oh, whoa. You're hitting us with a hard-hitting question here, Gray.
Lockett. Take Lockett.
I mean, just based on his performance, yeah, you got to take Lockett.
I don't think he'll do what he did last week, though.
I got a storyline.
Like, there's DK Metcalf literally did nothing.
I got a storyline.
What?
I think that isn't DK Metcalf maybe the most comparable player in the league right now
To Julio?
to Julio?
What, like a physical freak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you see, like, it written up? AJ Brown had a big week last week. Of all the receivers on
Oh,
the
and
team.
Tyler Lockett had a big
Tyler
one.
Lockett.
And Julio and DK both had guts.
I think it's Julio.
Interesting.
I think it's Julio DK week. I think those guys
I'd be
get
more
carries.
confident to bet on DK because DK did nothing last week. I'd be like down to do some DK props, to be honest.
How do you like that narrative, though? I think those guys
It's a good
can go back
narrative.
and forth.
It's a good narrative.
I just don't love Tannehill. Like I think a lot of people are high on Tannehill.
I think DK is gonna have a huge game.
Yeah.
If you had to make me pick, oh man, Julio's had some big games against Seattle though.
Dude, he's not afraid of them. They suck. Their defense is absolutely.
But
great.
is Julio playing 100% right now? I guess he is.
Thanks for the tips, guys.
Yeah.
Of course, G.
Who would we pick though? We really didn't answer that. Probably Lockett,
Oh,
right? I don't know if I trust Tannehill.
Lockett's so boomer bust. I mean,
He's the most boomer bust. He's like bust, or like boom, like huge, like 2 touchdowns.
and I think you just
Fine, we'll take the narrative. Julio.
send it on Julio.
Julio. All right.
We send it on this stream.
We send it on Julio.
we not safe like those other streams.
We're going to pick a damn side.
All right, guys.
Lockett gets 5 receptions and 2 touchdowns.
Thanks for pulling up to the show. Follow us on Twitter. The Twitter social media stuff will be in the description. And if you enjoyed, subscribe.
Cook Russ. I see you.
Appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah, thanks. We appreciate you guys watching us. We'll be back next Wednesday or Friday. We will probably do a little bit of baseball after we do our NFL analysis because we haven't done baseball in a while.
Yeah, so if you guys are baseball fans, stay tuned. If not,
it'll be the back end of the next show.
Back end of the next show.
Yes.
Well, anyways, thanks for pulling up.
Yeah, good times. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Have a good day, people. Hump day.
Hump day, baby.
Peace. Are we off?